I'm not muted. Right, what is up, everyone? So, obviously, made that video a few days ago, speaking about where I was, and so I'm back. So yeah, like I say, season obviously starting tomorrow, 5:30. I don't know if that's out of the ordinary for a League One game. Obviously, because we've not been in it for the best part of 10 years. But yeah, Peterborough, our first opponents. I was a bit annoyed at that, to be fair, because not that I really had the intention of or the want of going to that particular one, but I think it's a hard first game. And I mean, you could argue that it gets it out of the way, but obviously Peterborough are a team that we're not really big fans of because of what happened so long ago. That being said, they're a good League One side, and at home you fancy them against the majority of teams, of course. So yeah, like I say, hard first game to have, and well, it'd be interesting to see how we approach it. How Duff will set us up. We're going to get into that in a little while. First things first, I'll do what I normally do, and I'll look at the comments. Hello, Brad. Hope you're well. Good to see you all back. So some happy memories this season. After the dross, absolutely, 100%. All right, Harry, how we doing? Do you think we'll get Joe Taylor? And hi, Brad. Glad to see you back. Thank you, Zach. Do I think we'll get Joe Taylor? No, I don't think we'll get Joe Taylor. From what I've read on it and from what I've seen from good number of sources now, Luton are not letting him go until they get their replacement, and I don't think they're going to force anything, obviously, because they've only obviously got a certain amount of money they can spend, and you know, they'll want to utilise that parachute payment as effectively as they can, so they can go up or increase the chance of going up as much as they can. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah, I don't think Joe Taylor's who we get. Obviously, we did get the striker today. I'm just going to load up Twitter because that's where a lot of the info is at the moment. Duff says it's up in a 5-3-2 or 3-5. Yeah. No, I'm familiar with the system. It's just the actual lineup itself. I couldn't tell you personally how we'll think. I'll give a predicted. Obviously, when we get into that, but I mean, you've still some of the players from last year that got us relegated. So obviously it's up to them to like I said the other day, to win us back, because what happened last year was absolutely disgusting, and I won't forget it like that. And it's why I said exactly what I said. So Callum Marshall, obviously on loan from West Ham. We've had Evans from Bristol Rovers, Kane from Barnsley, and Sorensen from Lincoln. All to me look like great signings on paper, but obviously tomorrow will be the first chance for hopefully some of them to show us what they can do. I just think Peterborough's a tough one for me. I think it's a tough place to go to a first game of the season. I don't think we're actually going to see the real us tomorrow. I think Peterborough are going to want to impress, because I believe they missed out on playoffs. Was it one of the last days, or did they get playoffs and lose in the semis? Hang on, this is another problem I've got now. Is I do not pay attention to anything other than the Premier League, and obviously, yes, they did. Yes, it was in the playoffs, and they got knocked out by Oxford. That was it. I vaguely remembered one thing or the other. But yeah, like I say, I think it's a tough place to go opening day, and they are a strong League One side. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be around the top six, but I'd be putting a large sum of money down to say that they'll finish in the top half. So yeah, I mean, and yeah, they did lose Clark Harris to Rotherham, I believe, but they've still got a good squad. Obviously, I mean, I'm looking at it now. I'd say Billy should be one of the better keepers in the league from what I saw of him. Obviously, another former town man in Jed Steer, Critchlow. We know what he's capable of. Yeah, I mean they've got some decent little players here. So we'll just have to see what sides turn up tomorrow. Now, obviously, I'm looking at our official squad of players. I think I have to give it to them. It was absolutely massive getting Brodie Spencer to sign that extension, because even if an offer came in, we've got him now where we can say, look, we're in no position where we want to sell him. You have to pay bigger money now. So that is absolutely a massive decision. So obviously you've got Sorensen, Ruffles, Pearson, Hellick, Turton, Spencer. I believe Turton's completely fit now as well. Spencer, Headley, Miller. That was the other new signing, free agent. Bolker was injured from what I last heard. Lees, Hogg, Wiles, King, Sumu, Yorpenda, Anthony Evans. And then the strikers, Karoma, Healy, Harrett, Pat Jones, Danny Ward, and Radulovic. Radulovic was out for 6 weeks, Right, I'm all back up to speed now. What was the last question? Michael Duff's Barmy Army. I think Callum will get 15 goals this season for us. I think Healy will be quality. I mean, I just think, there's nothing wrong with it. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but maybe I'm just still negative from last season. But I'm very much under the impression that we're not going to be up and around there this season. I mean, what do all you lot that are in here right now think? I think we're, bang 9th, 10th. I said 10th the other day, and I stand by it. I don't really think we're going to be flattening teams. It's just not our style, not normally. Even when we have performed, it's 1 or 2 nillers, and that's it. But I just think we've got some decent players in. We have. We've done well. We've done good business, and we've got rid of players that didn't want to be here, like Edward said in the interview with Oggy on BBC Radio Leeds, which I like the transparency. It's a change for once. It is a change. Because we've been lied to by so many different people in charge in so many different places, and finally now it does seem like we've got a board that actually will, tell us how it is. I'd rather be told the truth. If they said to us, look, we've no money, we can't buy anyone, I'd just be like, right, fair play to you. Like, because, you can only, you can only see what you're in. So I get that. I prefer them to be transparent with us than just outright lie and say, we're looking for this person, but we're not going to get him. Because it does happen. And so far, they are reflecting that in what they've been saying. So I've no really bad thing to say on that. So obviously, what is it? So 3-5-2. I guess we'll go with the squad towards the end of the stream. And I'll what was I going to speak about after that? There was something I mentioned. I'll write it down. I'm always looking here because I have an order of how I want to speak about things. What did I write in here? Absolutely. Someone just put it in there. Prove us wrong. Prove that us chanting "You're not fit to wear the shirt" were wrong tomorrow. And we're not a massive fan base. We're not like one of the best in the world or anything, but we're very. Look, if you'll run for us and play for us, then we'll we'll chant for you. You know, we'll chant loud and proud all game or half the game, which is a lot more than some teams do. We're not asking for miracles. We're just asking for players that care. That is literally that's the bare minimum. Just care. Come in, do your shift, and look. You win some, you lose some, you draw some, and go home. And that's literally it. But we didn't have that in. We had it in maybe 5 games last season. I can honestly say 5 games. Yeah, something like that. There were even games that we won where I was celebrating, but I just thought, yeah, like, we've not really won this. They've more lost it. Like, they've just been awful and we've not actually had to do anything. They've just handed us 3 points. And there were a few like that. And I know it's a bad way to look, but when you can see that it's like, you know in yourself that that you're only winning when the other team, is kind of very weakened. And that could be injury or anything. Would you take a point tomorrow? Absolutely, I'd take a point right now. Could write that game off and take a point. Give the lads a good run out, a little 1-1. Yeah, sound. I'd be happy with that. Scored 1, conceded 1. Sets a good. Well, sets us on a good path for. I believe it's Stevenage, isn't it? I think it's Stevenage. I do support Town. I should know this. Oh, of course, it's Morecambe on the Tuesday in the Cup. Then it's Stevenage. I was half right. I'm all about the league anyway. For me, it's the most part of the thing. Players that get it shows you care, want to succeed. Absolutely. Noah thinks we finish 4th. Bold. How are we, Brad? Off to Peterborough tomorrow. No, I'm there. I'm working tomorrow. So last season attitude, but wasn't good enough. Don't think that in charge the season helped, but I think the mentality under Duff seems better. Yeah, absolutely. I think Duff is the right man, but it's like I was saying this phrase to everyone towards the back end of last season. I says you can be great at you'd be great at a job. If you know tools to do it, then you're a bit lost. And the opposite applies. If you can have a great manager, but again, if you don't have the players in, then it can't be done. It don't matter who you are, because you're not going to get players that are not good enough to perform at a level that they can't, or that they couldn't be bothered to, in our case. So, it's definitely a tricky one, but I think no, I definitely think that what is it, Duff, out of what we had available with the resources we have and the money, I think Duff is definitely the right man. Who do you think will be our top goal scorer? I honestly think Josh Karoma. Hear me out. I don't think it'll be Karoma. I mean, it's not a ridiculous claim, because I think he didn't really perform at Portsmouth when he went there. I think, to be honest with you, top goal scorer, I don't think we're going to have like a massive top goal scorer like a 15 goaler. I think we'll just have maybe 3 players getting like 7 goals or 9 goals or something like that. I think that'll be more realistic. Yeah, so like Healy might get 8, Harrop might get a few, Ward might get a few, and then I do fancy Kane to get a few from what I've heard from him. And then obviously Opienda might feature a few times as well. I'd be very excited to see what how he could perform. And then obviously you've got Pearson. He loves a corner, and so does Hellick. So it's obviously them two. Looking at keepers, I actually feel really comfortable this year. Obviously we've done very well to keep on to hold Nichols and Maxwell and Chapman, all 3. I could happily, if I say I was going to the game tomorrow, happily get off the coach, have a pint, walk into the ground, bite to eat, check the lineup, and any one of our keepers could start, and I wouldn't even batter an eyelid. I'd be like, right, all right, sound, because they're all, they've all put a shift in when they've had to, and they've never badly showed us or them up. So no, I'm definitely happy with the goalkeepers. We've done well to keep and hold on to all three of them. I do think Hellick will be on his way out, though. I can't see how he stays at all, especially with Championship clubs looking around. Unless he's wanting to prove something, but I do not know. Same goes for Spencer. Do not know how we've kept a hold of him. But look, fair play to them. Whatever they're doing, it's obviously worked. So we'll just see now what's what, and if we can look. We've invested well. We've kept well. Let's use this now and perform well. Just perform well, and like I say, who knows? Who knows at all? We could be up and around there. It's not impossible. It's a very difficult league to do it in, and I think we'll need maybe a bit more than we have to be able to get up there in the first go. But I'm not sure. Like I say, it's anyone's game in that league. I do think. Yeah, what was I going to speak about after that? I was going to mention something. Yeah, I do like that. I mean, look, I said I wasn't going to name names from last season of the players that I didn't like, and I'm not going to do it because it's done now. But if I'm being completely honest, right, a player that I've loved at Town and think he's not brilliant, but he always puts a shift in 100%. He's always running. Is Kasumu. He could start every game of the season for me, as long as he's not flying in tackles every week, which I know he does sometimes. And as long as he's completely fit, he'd be the man in the middle for me that's playing a bit deeper. But I'm really happy we kept a hold of him and he didn't want to go elsewhere, because I really rate him as a player. Very good at winning the ball, and I think I do think he'd be a key, especially if like a counter attack. If these new players that we've signed are fast, he wins it, bang, go and gone. And I'd like to see how he'd perform at this level, because I know he did very good at MK Dons. Thoughts of Sorba being loaned out, for me, his attitude wasn't right. The thing with Sorba is, I will say this, it's like his game changed a bit. Now, under Carlos, it was a bit more reserved, but his dead ball was absolutely spot on every time. But then, in his last season, his corners were absolutely woeful. He'd hardly beat the first man, or he'd go over everyone completely. I don't know why he was on set pieces in the end, because we weren't actually gaining much from him being on them. But he did start to take on a man a bit more and create. And he does create, but like I say, I just think there is a bit of an ego there, and some players do have it. I mean, he did perform, but I liked what Hogg said about this dressing room now, that this set of lads is the best it's been in ages. I like to hear that, because you go from the foundations up, you've got to build. When I guess when you've not lost, when you're not up to speed again, go back to level 1 basics and go from there. I prefer that approach, because you're going from scratch and you're building up again, and you're bringing in new lads. You're getting them all kind of in team building with the rest of the existing lads. And if you've got a good dressing room, a good coach, and you've got lads who are prepared to work, you've already won, really, I'd say, a good third of the battle, because obviously style of football is important. Some players play others better than other, and staying fit, of course. But like I say, if you've got the dressing room, and there's no one sulking, you got the dressing room, you got the fitness, you got players who want to be here, and a good coach that can manage them all, then we've absolutely cracked it. Like I said, we'll just have to see if that is the case. I'm not saying Hogg's lying, but you can see when players play with each other, I mean, when who was it now? Yeah, when under Carlos, you know, Nichols, Lees, Colwell, Pearson, and Sarr. Obviously, the centre backs kept rotating as a back three, and obviously four with Nichols. It were like they knew what the other person were going to do before they even knew themselves. It was just that the flow of it was just that quick. It was right. He's having it. Oh, he's having it back, and I loved watching them play. They were absolutely fantastic as a four. I think a player like Naby Sarr would walk into this team now. I really do, and I think we made a bad decision in selling him in the end. But like I say, we'll have to see how we get on. I'm very reserved on the first game. I'll be honest, because like I say, you don't know what's going to happen. Anybody can do anything. It is opening day, so again, we'll just have to see what's what. I definitely think that I'm gonna I'll do the lineup that I would go with. So I'll give my lineup and then I'll give a predicted one. So I think I'll go Nichols in goal. Sorensen is a right back, isn't he? I'm not wrong in that. I thought it was, but watch him be a left back now. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's a wing back. So I think for me, the way is Nichols in goal, and then starting centre out, I'd go Hellick, Pearson, and Tom Lees. That's the only three we can actually go, to be fair, because Spalk is still injured. And then I go Sorensen right wing back with Headley on the left wing back, and then obviously it'd be a 5-3-2, 3-5-2. So you three in the middle. I'd have Kasumu sitting, and then to be honest with you, I'd be interested to see what the new lads. I'd have Herbie Kane, and then I'd have Evans at the 10. Evans is a 10. What I've been told. Hang on. He is a 10, isn't he? Yeah, perfect for me. And I'd have him at the 10, and then I'd have two up front of I'd go Healy, and do you know, I'd give Harrott a go if he's not banned still. I don't think he is, and if he's completely fit, I'd give Harrott and Healy a go, and then bring Karoma on in 60th minute and go from there. I'd be what I'd do. What I think he's gonna do is I think he'll play. So he'll do Nicol Sorensen and the same defenders that I said. Oh wait, no, I didn't mean Headley. I meant Brody Spencer. That's what I should have said. I've just looked at it now. I don't know why I missed that. I think he'll play the same back five, what I said, so including Spencer this time. And then I think he'll play Hogg, Wiles, Evans, Karoma, Healy. That's what I think he'll do. But I won't be too disheartened with that, because look, these players are going to have to play some point throughout the season. I think, like I say, we're going to see plenty of all of them. So just hopefully, they're putting shifts in and working hard and getting us results. But by any means, sit behind the ball for 90 minutes. I couldn't care less. Get us a point, it'll do. For me, this season isn't about promotion. It's about, I'd say, revival. It's about building up. I don't think we'll get promoted this year. I don't think he does. I'd love to be proven wrong. Absolutely love to be proven wrong. But I don't think we do get promoted, and not near it as well. Just reset, rebuild, and a nice steady position. And like I say, go from there and see what's what. Who knows? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But yeah, I was going to touch on the Peterborough squad as well. I do worry about where is it? Yeah, I do worry about Ricky J. Jones. Seen a lot from last season to like about him, not to like tomorrow. I'm aware of that. Dene O'Brien Brady is a good player. Ryan de Havilland is as well, from what I've seen, and obviously we're more than aware of what Bilkovic and Critchlow are capable of. They are good players. Probably would have tried to hold on for dear life with Bilkovic, but he wanted first team football, and we had Nichols, so it was never going to work. But yeah, I know I've said it a million times now, but we'll just have to see where we're at tomorrow. I do wish everybody who's going a safe trip down, and I'm going to give my score prediction now. Actually, looking at the two teams, I can't see us win. Not at Peterborough and not on opening day. Going to be too cagey. They'll be on it because they've a point to prove about wanting to get promoted. So for me, in all honesty, I think I'm going to go with the 1-1, and I'm going to have Ricky J. Jones to score, and for Town, I'm going to go with Healy to score for Town. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Excuse me. But yeah, I'll wrap it up there. Obviously, not a lot to talk about until we get the season underway. There'll be much more to speak about next Friday. Obviously, I'll be able to review that match and work out a lot from it. But yeah, basics of it. Blackburn have just gone 4-1 up. Christ, Derby getting balled there. But yeah, the basics of it for me, good signings. Got rid of a few players who didn't want to be here. Good dressing room and a good coach. We're definitely on the up. So let's prove it tomorrow. Go there and beat them, and then show to the fans, to everyone in the league, that we're not just here for the laugh, and that we didn't come down and want a free fall. So, like I say, see how we get on tomorrow. But yeah, I might review the game on Sunday if I get a chance to watch it. Like I said, I'm working tomorrow, and then if not, there might be a video in the week. Or Tuesday, yeah, I'll be going to that game. I will be going to that game, Morecambe. So there'll be a video then, and then Friday preview for Stevenage at home. That's the one after that. But yeah, I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone who watched the previous video where I explained why obviously I'd not posted in about 4 months. And a massive thank you to everyone who welcomed me back and has tuned in tonight as well. Obviously, I know it's a bit out of the blue doing a stream half an hour before, but people come in here, people have gone, people have stayed. I appreciate every view I've got tonight and another day. I'd like to and I'd like to thank everyone for staying subscribed. A couple of people unsubscribe when they don't see activity on a channel for a long time. So I do appreciate that. And yeah, content's coming thick and fast now. Get back to it. Season's here. And yeah, that's about it for me. So if you do enjoy stuff like this, please leave a like and comment below. And subscribe if you're new. But yeah, I'm going to go with that 1-1. Healy to score, Jay Jones to score. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And I may catch you over the weekend, but I'll definitely catch you on Tuesday. Good to see you, Stefan. Take care, everyone.